Hey guys, welcome back to Heretic Wargaming and our first battle report of 9th. So today on the channel we've got Dawson. Hi Dawson. He's setting up his Sisters of Battle. And so I've only played Sisters once, I think, in 8th. So he's still learning, I'm still learning 9th edition, so this will be a lot of fun. Now today will be a truncated battle report, guerrilla battle report. Reason being, we're both learning, so doing the overhead camera and everything, it just adds so much more time, and the game's probably going to already take longer than a normal game of 9th. So, because Dawson is still setting up his army, I'm going to come over here and brief my army. So, shout out to Patron Chris, aka Luvarius. He wanted me to play Mono Death Guard. No bells and whistles, he said just Mono Death Guard. So, this is a Ferryman list. And it was built around the whole idea of the Ferrymen. So we will start over here. So my warlord is Demon Prince, just normal Demon Prince, and his warlord trait will be Arch Contaminator, just because. The relic I'm going to take is actually on this guy. This is just a normal Chaos Lord, and he's got a pistol, and I gave him wormspitter. Reason being, he's going to be riding around with these dudes, and we'll kind of cover here in a minute. I've got a foul Blightspawn. And I've got a Biologus Putrifier. So those are my 4 dudes, 2 headquarters, 2 elites right there. And Rhinos and a Terrax Patron Assault Drill. Oh my god. So we actually have 2 Rhinos right here. They're both loaded up with 7 Plague Marines, 2 with plasma guns, and then obviously everybody else just has bolters. I've got 10 Blightlord Terminators, armed how they're armed. So that gives me a total of 6 bolters and 2 blight launchers. I wanted to actually do combi bolters on all of them, but 2 of them are armed, and I was looking through my bits box, and I do not have more combi bolters, so I'm running them as WYSIWYG right there. And over here, we have a Terrax Pattern Assault Drill. This guy's going to be riding around with 10 Plague Marines inside, 2 of which have my converted flail dudes. Now, I've basically gotten to the point where the armor's done, and then from here it's just like doing the trim and all the fun stuff. These 10 guys will be inside the Terrax Pattern Assault Drill. It's armed just with storm bolters and its melta thingy. And inside of that will be the Chaos Lord and the Biologus Putrifier, so that way they pop out, they can do the grenade thing. He can actually shoot at a different target, which then allows all these guys right here something to pick on. And to finish it off, I did 2 PPCs, because why the hell not? We got PPCs. So, and that is the list. Super easy, Mono Death Guard. I think it's the first Mono Death Guard list in a very, very long time, so I'm pretty excited to try it out. So we will go over to Dawson, and he will cover what his sisters are doing today. Alright, Dawson, what'd you bring?
So, 1 Rhino with repentia superior and 9 repentia. Duplicate over here, so same thing, 1 repentia superior, 9 repentia in the Rhino. Imagifier, repentia superior, and 8 repentia in this Rhino. 4 squads of regular battle sisters, 2 storm bolters in these 2 squads. Single flamer and a sister that fell off her base. And a squad with just a storm bolter, and then the 2 simulacrum that allow them to pull a secondary miracle dice if they need it.
Oh, nice, nice.
2 exorcists and a penitent engine.
Okay. Oh yeah, penitent engine on their end.
Inquisitor Greyfax, 2 Cannonesses. This is the limited edition. She has a specific build out that she has to go with from the box.
Okay.
That puts her at 65 points versus just 50.
Okay.
This one, I think she has, I want to say 8 attacks, and there's some modifiers that she has, because this one's the Warlord.
Okay.
So she has 2 relics. I paid 1 CP off the jump to give her a second relic. So
are you able to double up on relics?
There's a stratagem that I used for it. So
well, usually you can only put 1 relic on your list. So unless it says specifically you can add it to the same character.
It says grants your warlord a second relic.
Yeah, so if you already gave her 1, you can't give her a second one. Yeah. we'll look it up, because he is newer, so not trying to argue it. It's just, don't want to have somebody play something that's, I guess, you plan on something and then you're like, oh, I can't do that? Okay. So yeah, Warlord, and you had some Seraphim, right? That are still...
so Seraphim...
He has a bunch of Seraphim over there.
There are many of them.
Lots. It was 3 squads?
2 squads.
2 squads? 2 max squads?
Yes.
2 of
2
10?
squads of 10.
Okay. So that's not the whole army. I'm sure people are like, well, where the hell's the rest of it? Yeah, it's still in a thingy, because if they're deep striking, there's no sense in actually bringing them out. So, yeah, great. Dawson's first time on the channel. We'll look that up, and we'll come back with the terrain and mission. All right, so off camera we looked at it. So he was mistaken. It was actually a warlord trait he was trying to talk about. So she has the sword wart relic, which gives her +1 strength, AP 2, damage 2, and a bunch of extra attacks. And then a warlord trait that gives her even more attacks. And then she's Bloody Rose for even more attacks, or AP. So yeah, super combat character. He didn't actually spend anything on any extra relics. Now that's cleared up, we're gonna go to setting up the table. Alright, so welcome to the first game of 9th edition. Now, the tables here at Maelstrom are not taped off. So these cards designate the 4 inches on this end, and then we actually have 2 buildings 12 inches in. That one's a little cockeyed, designating the 12 inches there. So for deploy, we're playing Mission 3, which I cannot remember for the life of me the name of it. Hold on a sec. It is Vital Intelligence. So we were playing Vital Intelligence that has 6 objective markers. 1 is in my deployment zone. This is Vanguard Strike deployment. 1's in my deployment zone, 1 is in Dawson's deployment zone, and then you have 4 objectives, 12 inches, basically 24 inches between these 2, and then 12 inches between those and those. As far as deployment goes, he has 2 units of Seraphim and Deep Strike. He's got all of his repentia, which he already talked about on the intro, inside of the 3 Rhinos there. He's got his sisters basically hiding out behind all these various line of sight blocking pieces of terrain. On my side, I have the drill coming in from Deep Strike, as well as the Terminators. Here I have my 2 PBCs with my Demon Prince with Arch Contaminator, and then my 2 Rhinos with the Foul Blightspawn, because for our secondary missions, I took Bring It Down, Grind Them Down, and the Banner one, because I really wasn't sure what else to pick. And then on Dawson's side, he picked Bring It Down, because vehicles, the Banner one as well, and While We Stand, We Fight, which his While We Stand targets were both Exorcists and that Rhino right there, because oddly enough, the Rhino is more expensive than all of his HQs and special characters and silliness. So, pretty funny. But, on to rolling off to see who goes first. So you ready for this, Dawson?
Absolutely.
Declaring, I guess. I rolled a 6. You rolled a 6. Ah, look at that. Heretic dice. Ah, all right. We get to roll again. I got a 3 that time. You're going to roll the same one? Oh, God. With a 4. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll take first. He's
taking first. He's going to be the attacker this game. And we will move on to turn 1 for the battle. All right, so the end of Dawson's turn 1. He kind of just shuffled around. He wants to hide. We talked about it. He basically just wants to make sure I don't really have too much line of sight, that basically only I can shoot the mortars. He has good enough stuff that he can basically dominate the board at any given time, because he has a bunch of troops and repentia. So on to the Death Guards, turn 1. Okay, so the end of Death Guard's turn 1. This is going to be the most unimpressive game so far. Basically, I shuffled around a Rhino behind here because I know a bunch of Seraphim about could possibly come in. So I wanted to kind of hide the Foul Blightspawn behind there. That Rhino advanced up that way and popped smoke. That's what the dice is for. PVCs just kind of shuffled up here. I was able to pick off 1 sister here, or no sisters there, and 1 sister there, because his save rolls were really, really good. And I did 1 wound to that Exorcist there. Literally, that was it. We both have a banner up right now. So the score is still 0-0, because I was not able to secure a kill. So we're going to move on to the sisters turn 2, where hopefully stuff actually happens in our game. Is it going to happen? Okay, he doesn't know. So we'll see what happens on turn 2. All right, so the end of the sisters turn 2. So he's deep struck all of his Seraphim everywhere. These melta pistoled this guy and only did like 5 wounds or something, like pretty good. Basically knocked it down to 5 left, and then his repentia charged in. I got really good rolls. He got really bad feel no pain rolls, and I killed most of the squad on their way in. Sister Superior came in with it, so this can't go that way now. Now, we talked a lot, because he was still trying to play really defensive, and I was like, hey, Dawson, you gotta start controlling the field. So he actually did well. He moved a Rhino out here to hold this objective, basically denying me the ability to try to take that, and pushing everything about the Deep Strike further out. He moved some sisters up here to try to bait me to try to kill them. And then over here, these Seraphim came in. They shot all their pistols at the Demon Prince. He took nothing. And then they charged over here, made a good 9-inch charge, wrapped around. They destroyed my banner. And now he's basically got my foul Blightspawn not shooting. And my guys are going to have to come out and basically save the day. But he functionally denied me. I have no points. I scored nothing at the beginning of my turn, too. So good job, Dawson. You learning?
Trying to.
Trying to learn. He's trying to learn. So I'm trying to help assist in learning. So we're going to move to Death Guard's turn 2. All right, the end of Death Guard's turn 2. Not a very good turn for me. My weapons either failed to wound or he made his saves. So over here, I was able to kill off 8 of the Seraphim. Luckily enough, I was able to... Oh. I sit around. I am actually holding that objective, but I can't place a banner because I actually shot before I charged in. Over here, I was able to wipe out the 5-man squad of sisters, and I'm just towing this objective now. Yet again, I shot, so I couldn't actually plant a banner. Here, I brought in the drill. Did all the shenanigans, only did 5 mortal wounds over there, which was really, really bad. So that's still left at 6 wounds. I thought I was going to kill it with the grenade stuff. Over here, PBC shot at Greyfax, and she made like 9 saves. So she only took 1 wound, I think. So she got like 3 wounds or something. And then over here, my Demon Prince made its charge, and between the PBC and this fighting, I was able to kill the Superior and the last Repentia over there. But he still has a squad of Seraphim completely untouched. But that being said, the score right now, I only got to grind it down for that turn. At the beginning of his turn, he now holds 2 points because he does have the Rhino and the sisters in the back, and he gets a banner. So it's still a low-scoring game at 7-3 right now, and let's move on to sisters turn 3. All right, the end of the sisters turn 3. So he's moved up all of his Seraphim, shot the meltas here, didn't actually do very well because I actually made some saves. Here the Exorcist kind of pummeled this, and that Exorcist kind of knocked down that squad. I actually got to roll a leadership. I lost another 2 guys, so they're good. So they're fine. These guys are fine. They killed the Seraphim over here finally. Repentia came in, just completely slaughtered that squad of Plague Marines, and then are on top of the objective there. So the score right now is, so he's at 7, I'm at 3. At the beginning of my turn, so I hold 1, 2, 3 objectives now. So I get 10 points for that, and I hold more than, no, we hold the same, because you hold that, and that. So I only get 10 points for my primary. So the score right now is 13-7, and we'll move on to the Death Guards turn 3, where the Terminators actually have to come in. Cannot forget the Terminators this game. Okay, the end of Death Guard's turn 3. So dropped in the Blightlords after moving the Chaos Lord back. He shot wormspitter at the Repentia there, and then Bolters did the rest. With the Ferrymen +1 to hit and rerolling 1s to wound and everything, they just hosed. I think they did like 20 wounds and just clobbered the squad. Moved up the drill to actually charge the Exorcist or the Repentia if they lived. Luckily, the grenades actually killed the Exorcist. It blew up, killed 1 of my dudes. We actually wiped out the sister squad finally there. There is a banner there, by the way. Did some wounds back there with the mortal wounds from the explosion. Killed Inquisitor Greyfax, who's been just kind of camping out in this building. I actually did a bunch of wounds to her last turn, and she made a ton of saves, so... And then over here, 2 sisters are left. He used one of his miracle dice to actually save the other pistol. So he made his morale. They're fine. So now he's got 4 melta pistols going into my turn to hopefully kill my warlord there. And then beyond that, this is what the field looks like. So he still has a squad of Repentia here. He has a bunch of sisters and his Exorcist here. He can obviously go and reclaim that objective. But the biggest thing was I was able to knock him off an objective, which prevents him from actually scoring primary points this turn, because now he only holds this one, which was kind of the whole goal. Now these Repentia, I know they're going to get out and probably mulch everything in this quarter, but now I've got Blightlords to actually respond to whatever he does over here. That being said, the score right now is 19-7 in my favor. He's going to score a point for his banner, so that's going to be 19-8. And yeah, we will move on to Dawson's turn 3. Or 4. Turn 4. All right, so the end of turn 4 for the Sisters of Battle. So he's embarked his last sister superior repentia lady into the Rhino. They moved up on that objective to basically deny me. He moved one of his Rhinos over here to basically tie me on this objective here, while his Imagifier got out here and placed a banner. His other Rhino's just kind of hanging here. His sister's repentia charged in. I did spend a CP to Overwatch, which I've been doing that quite a bit. Actually, I killed 3 repentia coming in. They charged in. They didn't. I actually made quite a few saves, and the Demon Prince finished off the Seraphim and a good chunk of these guys here. And actually, the PBC hit twice too. Actually, killed 2 more. So. Yeah, that happened. Over here, his Penitent engine came around, actually killed most of the Plague Marine squad there. He didn't realize it had a Feel No Pain. I didn't. This is the second time I've played Sisters, so I let him roll 5 Feel No Pains for that because of the explosion actually took a good chunk of wounds off of it. So he's still alive. He's good to go because he did take 1 wound from the flail. And I think that was about it. He scored 1 point for the banner that turn, so it's pretty heavily in my favor at this point because at the beginning of my turn, I only control 2 objectives to his 2. So I'm going to score 5 primary points. So 5 primary points. I don't know, actually. It's going to be pretty close on this last turn. That's mine right there. And I will score 1 for my 1 banner, because I've been really bad with the banner. This is going to be a really, really, really low point scoring game. But yeah, we're going to move on to the Death Guard's turn 4. Alright, so the end of Death Guard's turn 4. So basically everything over here shot into the Rhino here along... Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, everything shot into the Rhino. It died. Cannonness fell out. Everybody killed a Cannonness. So I'm thoroughly in control of that objective now. Blightlords walked up, did 6 wounds to this Rhino here, and charged and killed that last Penitent engine. Basically just trying to get closer to his objective for the next turn. PBC here flamered. Actually had to reroll one of the dice and killed the rest of the repentia here. Sister Superior still tying up this PBC though. And that's about it. So basically I've pushed him off onto this side of the field. He's got 1 Cannonness back there, but other than that I own all this here. So beginning of his turn, he's going to score 5 primary and 2 for his banner. My turn, I scored 2 for bring it down for killing a Rhino, and 3 for grind them down, and 1 for a banner finally. Yay! I'm really terrible with banners. That's something I got to learn how to do better. But yeah, we're going to move into Dawson's turn 5, and then the end of the game. Alright, so the end of the Sisters turn 5. So basically his Exorcist kind of scooched back. He ran it. This is his Rhino that I had to kill to deny him 5 points, so he ran it away. He moved the Imagifier in the up here to try to charge the PBC. Basically he wanted to keep the PBC from moving. Had this PBC not died. This shot whiffed hard on him. Well, didn't whiff hard, so he shot his Hunter Killer, and he had used some of his Miracle Dice for other stuff, so he didn't have a way to wound it. He re-rolled the wound and actually failed, so it lived barely. And then he killed this one up. It didn't blow up, and then he charged everything into the Demon Prince to basically stop me from trying to get there. I measure it out. I will be able to walk there and take that banner down. That way he loses 1 point. But yeah, that's his turn. At the beginning of my turn, I get 15 points. We'll cover the end score here in a minute. I guess I'll just kind of talk through my turn on camera real quick. I literally have no reason to really do anything over here besides maybe charge into them and get to that objective to tear the banner down. So let me see if I would even get that. I guess I would. So basically, doesn't matter if I killed anything. I just want to get there and tear the banner down. He's just gonna move 7 inches up to there, take that banner down, boop, and that's it. That's my turn. You good with it, Dawson? He's good with it. So yeah, at the end of the game, he wouldn't get any bonus points for the banner. I would get 1 bonus point, and it's a pretty big victory on the Death Guard side. So Dawson is learning the game. This is his first game of 9th, my 3rd game of 9th. So what'd you think of it?
I enjoy it, especially the train rules. So train rules help with keeping things safe for longer because sisters are squishy.
Because sisters are squishy. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing you. It was a lot of fun. I hope I get you on the channel again. So we'll do the elbow. Yep, socially distanced elbow. So yeah, you got to stop. Like, you want a handshake, but you can't. But no, great game. Mono Death Guard won this one. So I'll see you guys on the next battle report here at Heretic Wargaming. Hey, how's it going, Heretics? So, post-game thoughts. We're going to bring those back because with a new edition, my thoughts have changed and things have obviously been different. So, I want to bring these back at least for a little while. I kind of went away with them, mostly because I changed up the format of the battle reports, but because we're doing guerrilla battle reports, at least for the time being, while this whole COVID thing is still going on, unless I can get, them going in my kitchen again. Yeah, we'll bring this back. That way we can talk about some more thoughts. So Dawson was a great opponent. He did make a lot of critical misplays, and I don't really know too much about sisters, so I helped him as best I could as far as like stratagems and things like that. But yeah, so he figured that he really wasn't using many CP at all for a while there. But he was still doing a tremendous amount of damage, right? He was actually beating up on my Plague Marines pretty handily there for a little while. But no, it was a great game. I have learned a lot about repentia and how much damage they can do. It is quite a lot. It's quite painful, and I did greatly enjoy the fact that PBC's Overwatching is still very, very good. So yeah, Dawson, great opponent. I look forward to playing him. I look forward to helping him learn some more. I hope you had a great game, Dawson, and that you learned a lot about 40k in your army and 9th edition. So it was his first game of 9th, so I did my best to try to help him out, give him tips. Hey, do this, don't do that, sort of thing. So, and yeah, it made it a pretty good game. It was definitely hard fought on both ends. Now, as far as playing Mono Death Guard, do I think it's viable? Probably not. Not at least this version of it, right? Blightlords definitely want warp time. Definitely I felt the fact that I didn't have warp time, as well as the the bomb, the grenade trick, getting out of the Terrax Patron Assault Drill and throwing all the stuff. Had I rolled better, yeah, maybe it would have been better. Or if I had Arch Contaminator, because Arch Contaminator was not nearby at all. So I think maybe that was probably a big reason why that didn't work. So yeah, it's super resource intensive though. I didn't realize, 3 CP, you need to have Arch Contaminator nearby to actually make it go off really well. So only doing 5 wounds to an Exorcist with 27 grenades was like, why do people think this is good? Because it didn't do anything. But like I said, combination of rolls and not having the proper things in the proper areas, that's probably a big reason why it didn't actually work, right? So do I think it's good, that this version of the list? I don't know. I really wasn't feeling it. And I also really felt the lack of AP as a general sense in the list. Now, I will say the wormspitter with Blightlords was fantastic. It was so good. They would just auto delete whatever they pointed their guns at. It was really awesome, and I actually really enjoyed having the blight launchers again. Those actually did quite a bit of damage. Scooping 6 wounds off of a rhino and finishing off another rhino. So yeah, it was. I really enjoyed having the blight launchers, and I don't think I'm going to go all bolters like some people are. I think I just prefer to spend the extra 7 points and have that extra little bit of heavy infantry killing or tank killing, so to pick off some wounds. The footprints did surprisingly well, and the Plague Marines as a whole, I was not too impressed by them. I'm not gonna lie, I was not. Yes, I was doing like a Rhino Rush style Plague Marine list, and none of my vehicles really died. As a matter of fact, he didn't even kill a PBC until turn 6, so that's good. Or turn 5. So yeah, those Rhinos with the contaminated monstrosity strat, and as well as the fact that you can hide them, it does make those Death Guard incredibly mobile. So it's something that I think I'll tool with some more. I think in this style of list, probably Blightlords is not something. So I do have like 5 Rhinos, so maybe I'll try like more Plague Marines and Rhinos. I don't know. And definitely not do Ferrymen if I'm doing that. I'll probably do the super surgeon guy. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really interesting conundrum, you know. How did I feel about Ferrymen? So Ferrymen, you get the 1 stratagem for the +1 to hit. I didn't really feel like I wanted the extra 7 inches on any of my ores for 2 CP. That's not worth it. And I wasn't a big fan of the relic or the warlord trait. So I can see why people would want to do like the plasma bomb this way. But on the flip side, like, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of that many points dumped into a squad, right? You're talking about Combi Plasma, that's an additional 7 points a model. So you're talking about another 70 points on the squad, and it's already, I think I was already at 440 or something like that. So it's a quarter of your list if you're going that route, and then you're spending CP and all this stuff. And Blightlords, while they are durable, they are much more durable if you do like Mortarian's Anvil or something like that. So I don't know. I feel like the plasma is just like overkill, overkill of everything, and it does force people to really deal with it. But I don't know. So my final thoughts, Mono Death Guard, I feel like it's a hit or miss prospect. I really feel like I missed warp time with those Blightlords. I think it would have helped a lot. But it was incredibly hard to kill. He did cleave through, 2 units of Plague Marines, but I didn't lose a PPC till towards the end. And then beyond that, I mean, I really didn't lose much of anything. I had all my headquarters at the end. Yeah, even all my elite dudes. Now, I will say, I want to definitely put more Foul Blightspawn. Like, in Rhino Rush list, I missed... I wish I had more. Wish I had at least 1 more in that list. And then that also then kind of makes me want to do, like, a Mortarian's Chosen list with the Plague Marines, because I think that has some play. It's something that I've actually toyed with, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do some more Plague Marines and some more Rhinos with some Chosen. But anyways, it was great, and I look forward to playing Dawson again. So he's picked up lots and lots of sisters. He has a lot more coming. He's getting Celestine and all that, and his painting is pretty good. Especially he's pretty new to the game, so keep at it, Dawson, and I look forward to playing you again, buddy. But that being said, as always, check us out on Patreon, check us out on Facebook, or check us out on Discord. We do have a Discord channel. And until the next video here at Heretic Wargaming, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again.